Okay, so in this video, I'm going to respond to the CEO of NVIDIA. For those who do not know, the CEO of NVIDIA is NVIDIA is a huge company when it comes to making chips. So all the devices that you see, the phones, the tablets, the computers, they make those chips, and specifically the AI chips. So it's a quite a big company, and he's talking. He's being interviewed, and he's talking about something that I do not agree with at all. I'm gonna respond. Give me one second.
and the world is short of workers, and aging population, declining birth rates, and so I think the world needs a lot more workers. Robotics is one of the best ways for us to supplement all of that and help companies recover the lost revenues on the one hand and drive productivity, which reduces inflation for the world on the other hand. And so I think robotics is going to be very important to that. In different areas, you could have they'll probably deploy into manufacturing first because they
Okay.
obviously need it most.
Which you
Um,
see as a ginormous potential market, addressable
it's a
market.
$50 trillion industry that wants to grow
I
and
think
needs to grow. The world is short of workers, and aging population, declining birth rates, and so I think the world needs a lot more workers. Uh, Robotics is one of the best ways for us to supplement all of that and help companies recover the lost revenues on the one hand and drive productivity, which reduces inflation for the world on the other hand. And so I think robotics is going to be very important to that. In different areas, you could have they'll probably deploy into manufacturing first because they
okay,
obviously need it most.
which you
Um,
see as a ginormous potential market, addressable
it's a
market.
$50 trillion industry that wants to grow and
I think
needs to grow. The world is short.
Okay, I'm gonna respond. I mean, it's that's a completely lie. He just made a complete lie, and we are supposed to believe that. No, the world is not lack of the world is not lacking workers. That's a completely nonsense. That's a classic lie, from a CEO. That's is completely false. The world is not the world is not short of workers. It's actually the opposite. I live in the United States. Millions of people, they want to come here and work. So are you saying these people are not enough to do the work? What kind of workers are you talking about? Huh? It's not true, because this is a completely this is an agenda to just pave the way for robots, because right now robots, they don't have any value. Okay, I'm not talking about the manufacturing side of robotics, right? If you're manufacturing cars, yes, we already have that, but now they want to push the idea of humanoid robots. Somehow these they are going to help us to do what? Okay, so this is another example where there is a there is no need for that product, but the product is being pushed nonetheless. Okay, because they do have a lot of. So remember, he is the one who creates those chips for the robots, for the AI, right? And he's pushing that idea because he wants to make the humanoids robots are part of our daily lives. The same way with Tesla. Uh, Musk, he just rolled out a lot of robots. But what is the what is the necessity of these robots? At this moment, they do not have any necessity. They wanted to make us believe they have a necessity. They do not have a necessity. You know, this is a perfect example where um, a product is not needed, yet the person who behind this product wanted to convince us that no, you need this product because it's important. And he's telling us the world is short of workers. That's completely false. Okay, people are looking for works all the time. They couldn't even find jobs. In the context of the United States, millions of people, they want to come in because they want to work, because they know that when they come here, they will be able to do the work. But the problem is, because they will be in for a surprise, because what this guy is saying and they're doing is they wanted to replace the workers. It's not about the lack of workers, but they wanted to replace them with robots. This is exactly what happened. Right now, a lot of the Amazon factories are automated by robots. They used to be for people who work there. You understand? So this is the agenda that they have. And I don't know what's the end goal, right? I don't know what's the end goal. It's not really helping humanities. Okay? Because a lot of people who are coming here, they will not be able to work. They won't be able to have the money or job. Okay, I mean, there must be a really reasonable solution, because at some point they will convince everybody that you can stay home and the robots will take the workforce. And but how people, we have to talk about how people will make their livings. If the robots are working for us, but who's going to pay us? Right? I mean, I think, in life, sometimes don't wish for, something that might backfire, because what they are trying to do is like productivity. What productivity? This is like a buzzword that they like to use, productivity. Okay. Well, okay, productivity. All right. So Amazon fires a lot of his employees because they bring in robots. And at some point, people will say, no, I'm not going to buy from Amazon, right? And they'll find out that people are not going to spend money because they don't have money. They don't have the work. The work is taken by robots. Okay. So, and the thing that I have noticed, especially when it comes to some entrepreneurs, right? It's very sickening. Somebody comes with a product, right? And instead of telling the benefit of the product to the public, okay, this is a good product, and then the market will be able to take it or not. At the end of the day, you are a businessman. You have a product and you are selling to the market. All right, that's it. And will the market accept your product or not? But they have this tendency. They always have these philosophies, right? This is like a strange philosophy of the world. Who? I mean, it's very. You are a salesman. Why are you trying to tell us about life philosophy? Right? I'm going to give you Bill Gates. Bill Gates does the same thing. Okay, you came out with a shitty product. Okay, the market adopts it. That's fine. If it doesn't, they don't adopt it. That's fine. But we don't want to consume your nonsense, your philosophy about how life should be. Okay. And the other thing that I noticed, the founder of Ethereum, which is the crypto, right? He has I didn't know that at the time. He has some bizarre ideas about how life should be. Okay. Imagine you go to a store, right? You go and buy a device or something, and the owner of the store is telling you about how life should be. Telling you about his philosophy about life. Do you want to hear that? Do you want to hear that nonsense? I'm here to buy your product. If it, if it serves me, I'm gonna use it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna throw it away. What is this philosophy that you're teaching me about? Okay, they make it so complicated. A salesman now he wants to convince you that life should be this way, life should be that way, right? They have really unnatural, philosophies which are not even compatible with nature, right? So now they come with a product, and what they do is they wanted to convince. It's not like you release a product and you do some marketing, right? And you'll see if people will adapt or not. You let the market decide whether your product has a value. But they do the opposite. They do complete opposite. So they prepare the market, right? Because they do have a lot of funding. They prepare the market, and then they come up with their product, basically socially engineering, right? The consent, okay? Then they have a lot billions of dollars. They wanted to force you to use your products, even though those products they do not have any value in your daily life. Like a phone, okay, if you make a phone call, you make videos, it has a value, it has some value that you can use. A robot, what kind of value a robot has in your daily life? It doesn't. For a lot of people, it doesn't. But they wanted to convince you that it does have a value. They want to also convince you that you know you can talk to AI instead of talking to like a wise person, okay, about life, about advice about life, how to live life. You know, we don't want to be dependent on technology, so they want to create a dependency on technology, and I don't think that's healthy. That's not healthy at all. As a as a tech entrepreneur myself, I do not think that's healthy. And a lot of time, their products are completely out of touch. They are not in complementary to the human betterment, but sometimes they detach human from real experiences, real life experiences, right? That's why they have shitty jobs. I mean, the shitty products. Why a lot of people are complaining about Facebook and Instagram, you know, because they are built in order to maximize profits. They are not built from a perspective where, from human perspective, how can we elevate humans? How can we better people? Instead of how can we think about how to make money out of it? You see, when you approach a subject from a purely monetary perspective, it will have a negative consequences on the users, on the human beings, because you are not considering, you are not taking care of the human needs. You are not putting human at the center of your creation, your creativity. Okay, and it shows in your products. Okay, so I'm really tired of these so-called CEOs, con, you know, lecturing people about their philosophies, how people have to live. Who are you? You have a product. I know. Let the market decide. Let the market decide whether they want to use your product or not. We don't want to hear your you know your philosophy about the purpose of life. Okay, so they are not happy that they just created a product but now they want to teach of their philosophy, how life should be. And the founder of Ethereum, he's a crazy fella, right? I think one of his philosophy he said was, uh, you know, the uh, the birthing is difficult for a woman. Therefore, we have to find a way to uh, to do that outside of the human body. You see those crazy ideas all against nature, how nature intended things, and these idiots, techno idiots, they think they have to find solution. Okay, so for them, women going through the birthing process, the birthing is a problem, as if so it needs to be fixed. But this is nature, idiot. This is how nature works, whether you like it or not. You see? So this tendency to go against nature has been in place for a while. And I think we need to push back. We need to say no, because this is going to be a harm for humans in the long run. Okay? So any idiot that comes with a product, for somehow now, he is also have some moral authority on all the subject, of all the societal subjects, or somehow they must have a specific. How about to say, okay, I have no opinion. I created a product. You want to use it? Use it. If you don't use it, don't use it. How about that? It's simple. I'm not gonna, force the users or force humans to use something that they don't want it. Okay, and by also manipulating their taste, they're manipulating their perceptions. For instance, I have just I was going through online and I saw a movie called The Wild Robot. So a robot in like a human-like robot, right, in the jungle and interacting with what do you call it? Let me show you instead of give me 1 second. Okay, so here's the video. I found the video. Okay, we're gonna watch a little bit. So this is a humanoid robot, right? So it's in a wild forest. So this is going to interact with animals, okay, and help them. So they're always trying to help something. So yeah, right there. Okay. So this is an example of movie where you prepare the market, right, for what's coming. So this is basically they're preparing us to accept the idea that a humanoid robot, can be a friend in our society. So these movies always, they have an agenda. It's not innocent, right? So you can clearly see this. I don't know. This is like programming, right? Yeah, the programming into accepting what's coming. Okay, and this is unfortunately uh, the state of all businesses. Now businesses, they they have the means, and they have the tools to program you into consuming their products. It's very frightening, right? They have all the tools, all the media. They prepare you, to program you basically for what's coming. you know so I have a product, right? I have created I'm a tech product manager. I have my own product available online, and my perspective is always I build the product from by putting human beings you know as the at the center or by my creativity. You know, so my product should elevate humans, should help them be better, self improve. Okay, that's my goal. That's my if people you want to use it and pay for it, that's where I can make money. But if people they don't want it, I'm gonna just move on. Why I would spend millions of dollars? I don't know, get an investor in billions of dollars and trying to force people into something that they don't want it. Okay, let the market decide whether your product has any value or not. But it's completely upside down now. All right. So these companies, these corporations, their intention is just to use all the means necessary to program you into accepting their products. When their products are not, uh, you know, it doesn't advance human, progress. It doesn't advance human spirituality. Okay, and a lot of times, right now they always talk about product market fit, right? If you're talking about the investors in Silicon Valley, they like to say a product market fit. But what is the product market fit for those robots? They don't have any product market fit. Okay, there is this is a simple example where people investors they investing money on a product that it doesn't have any value, where the market doesn't want it, but yet they invest money into it, right? And at the same time, they talk about uh, product market fit. Okay, and you can clearly see these people. They cannot even speak, right? They are not. They're these nerds. They are just into their computers. They cannot even uh, interact with people, with humans, and yet they have a lot of crazy ideas how humans should live. You know, like Mark Zuckerberg can tell you how humans should live. Bill Gates. These are weirdos. And the guy from OpenAI, he's also a weirdo. He was invited at the White House, and he cannot even speak. I'm thrilled to be here, but he's not thrilled. He looks scared. He cannot even convey a simple message because these are weirdos. You know, they live into the this fantasy world where gaming. That's how they live, and we are supposed to listen to their philosophies about life. Give me a break.